Hello everyone and welcome to my Disney World Planning Guide mini-series. Today we are talking about the Disney World dining plan and whether or not it's going to be beneficial for your family, what it includes, and also a little hack that we used back in September in place of the dining package that I think worked really well. So you're definitely going to want to stick around for that. So to start off, let's first talk about what the dining plan actually is. So there are two options. You have the regular dining package, which now every number that I say here is going to be per person per night of your stay. And when I say that per stay, that means that you can only get the dining package if you are staying on Disney World property and are staying at one of the resorts with a dining package. So this is kind of like an add-on to your package that you already have. So per night, per person means that let's say you are traveling from Friday until Wednesday, you can start using your dining points on Friday the second you arrive. You don't have to be checked in or anything like that. It's as soon as you arrive. And then that goes all the way until Tuesday night, because you're not going to get those dining credits on your checkout day because you're not staying that night. So keep that in mind, especially if you are maybe leaving a little bit later in the day and you want to spend some more time in Disney on your checkout day, you're not going to be able to use your dining credits on that day. So make sure if you're going to use the plan, to budget for that day for those dining money that you're going to need. So now that we've gone through that, let's talk about what each package is. So the original dining plan includes one table service and one quick service, one snack credit, and a refillable mug to use your entire stay. So those credits are per person to use throughout your stay. So what you will do is you will add up all of those points and you can use them throughout your entire stay. It doesn't have to be a certain amount for every day. You kind of pool them together and you can use them any way you want. And the other plan is the quick service plan. And instead of having one table service and one quick service, you will have two quick service per day, per night, per person. So it's the same kind of idea. You pool them all together and you can use those quick service and snack credits whenever you want. So now that we've gone into what the plans actually are, let's talk about whether it will be beneficial for you to use these credits. Personally, I'm always going to tell you that it's not worth it, especially financially, because the only way that it really makes sense financially is if you are the type of family that will always order the most expensive item on the menu to start. You're always going to get an alcoholic drink and you're always going to get dessert. That's for the table service plan, right? Because the table service plans, every meal includes already in the price an alcoholic drink and a dessert. So if you are not the type of family that does that, or if you have a kid that's aged between 10 and 20 and can't get an alcoholic beverage, that price is still included in their dining credits. So you have a 10-year-old kid who's being charged financially as an adult, and they obviously can't have an alcoholic drink. So right there, that's a waste of money right there. They do offer specialty non-alcoholic drinks in many restaurants, like smoothies and milkshakes, but those are just not ever going to equal the price of the most expensive alcoholic drink on the menu. So especially the table service plan, unless you're going to get all those things, like I said, like really, honestly, the top, because that's how Disney prices it out. They go by the most expensive item on the menu. And that's how they price it out on every single menu. They're going to do that. And that includes character dining and signature dining. So all those items that are really expensive, that's what they're basing the price on. So unless you're going to do that, it does not make sense financially. The quick service plan, you still have to do the same math as in getting the most expensive item on the menu, which, you could do that, but you would really have to do that at every single meal to break even or save a little bit of money with the plan. So to me, that's not worth it. I don't want to have to sit there and look at the menu and say, oh, well, I really should order this in order to make it worth the plan that I bought. So it kind of makes it a little bit more like you really have to think about your choices, or is this snack credit really worth my point, or should I pay out of pocket for it? Or, it kind of makes it a little bit more complicated, even though it's meant to make things easier. But it's meant to make things easier in the way that Disney's hoping that you're just gonna, not really look at that stuff, and then you're not making out financially. So in that respect, it's not worth it. The only way that it is really worth it is if you're looking at the convenience of it. It is very convenient that you are able to, buy your whole Disney package even like a year in advance and include all of your dining into that. And then you can pay for your dining throughout a year. You're paying for your dining ahead of time, and you don't have to worry about having that money set aside when you are there and ready to budget for it. It's already paid for. It's already there. That is so convenient. All you have to do is scan your Magic Band. To pay for your food. You don't even have to break out your credit card if you don't want to. So that is something to say about it, is the convenience factor. So on that note is where we are going to come into my little hack that we did this past September that kind of mimics the dining plan, but gives you a little bit more freedom. So what we did was we looked at how much the dining package would have cost us. I'm just going to give like a round, let's say it was $2,000, right? So it was going to cost us an extra $2,000 for the dining package. So what we did is we saved up that amount of money, but we put that money onto Disney gift cards. So that way we weren't putting the money into just like a savings account where that money could be spent elsewhere. Because I don't know about you. I mean, you might be a lot more strict with yourselves about it. But if I see money in an account and I need money somewhere else, I'm probably going to take a little bit from it and just say, oh, I'll pay it back. I'll give it back. And a lot of times that doesn't happen. So this is kind of a way to save strictly for your dining onto a Disney gift card. You can't spend that money anywhere else. And what's great about it that we found was, if you're not going to use all the money on your card on dining, like let's say it's like, you've got 3 days to go and you're looking at your balance and you're saying, I think I'm going to have some money left over. You can use that money on other things. You can use it for souvenirs. You can hold on to it on your gift card for your next trip, because that money doesn't expire on your gift card. So you can hold on to that for your next trip and use it any way you want. So that kind of made it very similar to the dining package, where, I paid for all of that up front. I put the money on the cards throughout the whole year that I was paying for the plan, except I put the money on the card. And if you go to disneygiftcard.com, you can actually put all of your gift card money onto 1 or 2 cards, depending. I think there's like $1,000 limit for one card. So I think we had 2 separate cards that were strictly meant for dining. They each had $1,000 on it. And that was for dining. And you may be thinking to yourself, well, what about the convenience factor of like, I don't want to have to take my gift card with me. Like, what if my gift card gets lost? That was a worry of mine as well, because we did have Magic Bands, and the idea of being able to pay for everything with your Magic Band really felt great to me. And the thought of, well, now I'm going to have to walk around with my gift cards, with $1,000 on my gift card. What if I lose it? What if something happens to it? Well, what we found out was you can continue to pay for your food with your Magic Band, right? So you have your credit card set at your resort, and anything that you put on your Magic Band goes through that card to your resort. So what we did every night before, when we got back to our resort, we went down to the front desk and paid off everything that we purchased on the Magic Band with gift cards. So you can do that. I mean, we were staying at Wilderness Lodge, so it made it a little bit easier to get to the front desk. I know all resorts are different where, it might be like a 10-minute walk down to the front desk to be able to do that. So that is something to consider as well. It was very easy for us to just hop on right down to the front desk right before we went to bed and just paid off our Magic Band for the day. I don't think you can do that like over the phone or anything like that. You probably have to go to the front desk. So that is something to think about if you're staying at a resort and your room is really far from the front desk. You still might have to bring your gift card with you. And then maybe like on your way to your room at the end of the day, you can stop by the front desk. That way you have your gift card with you, but you're not taking it in and out and paying for things. So that is something else to consider. It worked out really well for us to be able to do that. Like I said, if you're a little bit more strict than me, you might be able to put it onto, just like in another savings account and be able to keep that money there. Another idea is to get a Venmo or PayPal debit card, and you can kind of use Venmo or PayPal as a savings account. So it's not going through your bank account, but it's kind of like, it is kind of put aside. If you get the card, put the card somewhere where you're not going to use it. And that way you can use it for anything. It doesn't have to be strictly for Disney. If you don't use all the money in that account, you can use it for something else as well. So that is my view on the Disney dining plan, that it's really not going to benefit you financially. You might break even if, like I said, you're buying the most expensive things, getting that drink every meal, getting a good dessert every meal. It could break even for you, but if you're looking at it in a financial aspect, it's not going to save you money. You might actually lose money using the dining plan. So if you don't have a budget and all you really are concerned about is the convenience of having it, then by all means do it. Get it. It is convenient. I will give it that. It is convenient. But if you're having a budget and you're really have to look at things carefully, I would highly suggest doing one of the other options that I suggested. And if you have any other hacks for the dining plan or any other thing that you did, definitely leave it in the comment section below. And I would love to learn about it as well. And I hope you enjoyed this video, and stay tuned, subscribe for my next mini series video, and I will see you soon. Until next time.